Blessed soul family, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm the Magical Medium. Welcome to my spiritual guidance channel. Today, before you are 3 decks. They are piles, and this is one of the first times in a while that they've actually had me pull not just all the cards per pile, but different decks. And as you've already seen with the title, our question to Spirit is, who am I? I should have said, in the words of Zoolander, for those of you who've ever seen Zoolander, who am I, right? And what do I want? We have so many wonderful new beginnings today. First and foremost, I want to thank the waning GIBBOUS energy. We are in the reflect and release energy, which is why this is so perfect, that these are messages from Spirit, from our spirit guides, answering who am I and what do I want. If you do not want to hear the messages from Spirit and you want to go straight down to your pile, all of the timestamps are in the description box below, and also all of my information or any recommendations from the readings are also in the description box, okay? So head on over to your pile. Well, actually, I should start. Actually, you know what? I'll say this. I didn't say this first. I'm getting so excited because there's a lot of energies here. I mean, hello, welcome Aries, you know, like the fire energy. I can feel that. I'm a triple fire. I can feel the energy, you know, fire and fire together is like, woo! Okay, so pile number 1 starts right here, and this is the Wisdom of the Avalon Oracle deck. Pile number 2 is the Joie de Vivre Tarot. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I like to think so. And pile number 3 is the Answer is Simple Oracle deck. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3 before you. Maybe you're drawn to more than one. Maybe you're not drawn to any of them. Maybe this reading isn't for you this time around. You know, maybe you already know. Maybe you just need a little confirmation. Maybe you really have no idea. Maybe you thought you knew, but like things are changing all around you really quickly and you're like, I don't even know anymore. So if that's the case, you know, stick around for this reading. So get cozy, get comfortable. You might want to take some notes. Also, I just want to throw out there that I am definitely doing a spring forecast reading for the tribe, for the collective, from Spirit, a spring forecast that I will be posting for our secret tribe. So if you'd like to be part of our secret tribe, you email me at themagickalmedium@gmail.com. You introduce yourself, or if you're an old friend, you reintroduce yourself and say, yes, I'd like to be part of the secret tribe. And in order to get into each reading that we do, it's a donation of $5 or more in cashola, or if you donate a deck to the tribe. And I just revamped my wish list. Even since the last time I spoke to you guys, Spirit also had me add a lot of things that are pre-orders, which means that nobody's even like used these decks yet, which is so fucking fun. Anna and I both know this. We love the pre-order decks. They're so fun. But you know, if that's a little outside of your wheelhouse, we have some that are like $11. I just put one on there, this really cute little moon deck for like $11. Okay, so so that is that. Okay, so if you're going to jump down to your pile, go ahead and go to your reading, and I'll see you over there. I love you so much. And for those of you who are going to stick around, hold on, I'll be right back. And we're back. Okay, so welcome Aries season. Welcome spring. In real time, today is Monday, March 21st, 2022. And I couldn't help but do this on a moon day, right, for the waning GIBBOUS energy. But just so many new things are happening. It's like, you know, Aries, for those of you who aren't aware, Aries is the first house, which means that, you know, it's the brand new cycle of the zodiac is starting over again, right? I have to share this with you. I found it was really interesting. I always like to do a little research or do some readings, and I'm going to put some links below for some really great articles. I love Refinery 29. I was looking through their article, but then also this really great page that I stumbled upon by Emily Nachazel. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, Nachazel. And the very first part of her article said, Aries represents pure life force, the energy of initiation, a seed pushing from the earth, a baby being birthed, an idea striking like lightning. Yeah, I mean, I read that and it's like, I was like, it was so beautiful. So I kind of just, skimmed the article. That part like spoke to me, when I Googled. I always like to put in Aries energy. I mean, I know so many Aries. I'm very familiar, I'm a triple fire sign of Sagittarius. So, I'm very familiar with my other fire signs. Um, I like to say that each set of, earth, air, fire, water, there's three, right? And each one seems to be more like, it's like we almost have like the adult, the child, and like the kind of like person in between. And I always feel like the Aries is like the adult of the fire signs, meaning like, they're the initiators, they're the ones that get shit done, and it makes sense because, it's springtime. If you're born in the Aries season, it's spring. So, I mean, we just went from winter. Thank you, winter. Thank you, Pisces season. We just went to winter and water, or summer and water, depending on where you live. Um, and, you know, and then shifting to, this fire energy is really intense, right? And now it's like, and not just that, but it's like spring. And spring's about like, you know, we're going to plant those seeds, we're going to get things going. So new beginnings, right? So we've got the new sign, or the new beginning of the zodiac with Aries in the first house. And then we've got this beautiful spring energy, this new energy. Also, Spirit wanted me to shout out thank you to the new subscribers, and thank you for those that are here but don't subscribe. It's okay. And I also wanted to say thank you because I feel like things in my life, sometimes it's not about, the money or the donations of cards and stuff. Sometimes it's just about praying and lighting candles for myself and the tribe. So thank you so much, because I feel like I've been feeling that positive energy. I've been feeling that abundant energy. So thank you so much. I've had to pause a few times because this Aries energy is intense. I've been working so heavily with this water Pisces energy that this fire energy is like, whew, it's kind of kicking my ass. And, it's the changing of the guard. For some of us who just changed our clocks, it's like, this is the week that I was talking about, that I knew was going to be a bit of an ass kicker. It usually is. We've got all these changes, a lot of changes. Also, we had the full moon in Virgo, and that was all about the flow of let go and release. Now we're in this waning GIBBOUS energy of reflect and release. So it makes sense that we're asking Spirit, well, who am I now in this season? And who do I want to be in this season, whether it's spring or fall, depending on northern or southern hemisphere? Thank you all for being here. I know that we have both. We are so blessed to have both in our tribe. That's so cool. And thank you to those of you, I don't know if they're still here, but I feel like they are. There's a few of you over the years who've reached out to me and said, I'm in New Zealand or I'm in Australia. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, that's so cool. Especially because at this point we have 268 subscribers. Whether this ever flies, into this orbit of awesomeness, which I get excited when the numbers go up, like I said, because I realize that we are all connected. And so if you're here, you're a really powerful light worker. So the more light workers that find their way to this page, to these teachings from Spirit, to these channeled messages, it gets me excited because it makes me realize like more really powerful people are waking up, and I say this with all humbleness and humility, with soul knowledge, right? There's nothing wrong with saying, I know I'm a powerful being. I may not know exactly why I'm here or where I come from, but I know I got something going on, right? That's why you're here. And Spirit wants to say thank you for being here. And I'm going to mention again, I'm going to do something tomorrow. I believe my husband and I are going on an adventure in nature, I believe. I always say don't hold me to that because that's what it feels like, but who knows? And if so, I believe we're going to be doing our spring forecast in nature. Hopefully we'll be able to get up on a mountain or a river or something really exciting. So if you'd like to see that and watch that, just email me at themagickalmedium@gmail.com. And if you're not sure, look at the spelling. I have links. Look in the description box below. Look in my about section. But it's the correct spelling is what's the name on my page. And it's all together, themagickalmedium@gmail.com. And, you know, for some of you, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to reach out. You know, right now there's 9 of us, and it's a really beautiful, intense, awesome group of all different types of healer, witches, magicians, whatever, you know, titles I don't want to give them. You know, we're all changing and evolving all the time, but definitely sparkly creatures like this, right? Like, look at the sparkle. We got sparkles all from the universe right now. They're all over. So yeah, we're in this like really cool, intense energy that's happening, all this newness. So while we're going through these readings, you know, reflect on what it is you need to let go of, all the while you're also attaining who you really are. And any messages, any little tinges, twangs that like hit your belly. I was going to say hit your belly and your head at the same time. Oh gosh, I love being a channel, but sometimes it's like this fire energy. Welcome, Aries. Wow. Also, Aries, you know, encourages us to dance, you know, get back out there, you know, because it is at the springtime. I don't want to just, ooh, when I look down, it was 1122. So look up angel, 1122. That's our angel number. I'm going to write it down. 1122. But you hear what they're saying, right? So 1122. All right, you guys, I don't feel like there are any more messages because these, I mean, I feel like we'll just talk about this stuff in there. There's a lot more going on. Like I said, the spring forecast is going to be really intense because, you know, we've got another Mercury retrograde going on in the spring. We have eclipse season coming. We have a dark moon in April. We've got April 1st is a new moon and April 30th is a new moon. They call it a dark moon when you have 2 dark moons or 2 new moons in 1 month cycle. So there's a lot of intense energy going on. I'm very excited to do that spring forecast. I have no idea what's going to be in it, but I can only imagine. Spirit hasn't shown me what decks we're going to use yet either, so that's really exciting too. So yeah, so anyway, so if you'd like to be a part of that, email me. And you know, I call it our secret tribe because I've tried going through like these like paid things and it just doesn't feel right. I feel like it should be more like a donation, and only like if you really, really want to be there, you know, if you feel like you want to further in your teachings, because when we do these intense tribe readings, we really dig deep in there. And because it's so intimate, our group, Spirit really gets intimate with all of us too, with their messages. So it's a little more intense than these pick-a-pile readings. And also, if you cannot afford a reading with me at this time, but you would like to have more of a personalized reading, going through the wish list and looking through the oracle decks, whichever one you're drawn to the most, or if you have more than one, you know, go with your gut on your first instinct and donate that to the tribe. And I guarantee you it'll be geared towards you. You know what I mean? Like, you may be pulled to more than one pile, but at least one pile for sure will be like, you'll be like, holy crap, that's like a personal reading, you know? Sometimes they feel like that anyway, but you know what I mean? So that's a nice, inexpensive way to do it because there are decks there, like I said, they're like $11. You know, so anyway, with that being said, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being a part of this tribe. It's ever growing. I have a lot of my own personal projects that are in the works, so I'm sorry if I have not gotten back to some of you. Also, if I have not gotten back to you, it is because you are meant to decipher some of these answers on your own with Spirit, you know. But in due time, I will reach out. I'm not ignoring you. All right. I love you guys so much. I love you so much. I will see you at your pile. And of course, all of my information is in the description box below. And I'll see you at your pile. Blessed be. Oh, bye. Welcome, pile number 1. Your angel number was 1412. And 1414 came right after that. So if both of them, maybe one of them. Anyway, I started singing. Let me tell you about a story. Let me tell you a story about a man named Jed. The poor old pioneer could barely kept his family fed. He said something, I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about? So I don't know why that song is coming through, but it is from, what is it, Spirit? I can see the picture, but I can't, if I don't get it, please put it below. Please comment below, because it's going to drive me crazy, because Let me tell you about a story about a man named Jed. Poor old man barely kept his family fed, something like that. And then one day he was shooting at something, and out came the ground, came a bubbling pool. Basically he got rich. The Beverly Hillbillies, thank you, Spirit. I love the breadcrumbs. Okay, so you guys, I have not done one of these in a while, so I'm going to show you the card, and then we're going to tell you a story. Okay, so the frog. Number 14, cleaning house, releasing emotional baggage. I'm going to keep pulling cards until I already have pulled your cards, but I'm going to keep pulling them in order until they tell me not to. Okay, truth. Interesting. Okay, so truth. Number 51. So that's interesting because 14 is 5 and 51 is 6. Okay, here we go. Okay, frog, truth, frog, truth. What's the next one, Spirit? The bard, music, poetry, myrrh, history, the enchantment of storytelling. Number 7. Okay. Holy shit, you guys, look at that. 5, 6, 7. Did you guys get that? I didn't get that right away, but I feel like when you guys said it or one of the spirit guides said it, and I feel like I meant to pull Froggy down here a little bit. Oh, you know, I'm super excited. The other piles, I didn't really see their cards, but yours, a few of them flipped out when I was trying not to. It's more fun for me too if I don't see your cards. It just is. Anywho, so I saw a few of your cards, and I'm just like, what? I'm like, how are these going to go together? So I'm just as excited as you. Okay, so any more? Yes. Okay. Oh, the High Priestess. Interesting. High Priestess. Discernment, prescience, prophecy, vision, number 2. So now we've stopped going in numerical order. Okay, interesting. The next one is birth, rebirth, number 50, which is the number 5, which is change and transformation. Are we going to get all these in here, Spirit? Wow, I think they're getting... I haven't done one of these in a long time where I pull all of them out like this, so this is really fun for me too. I know I said that already, but it is. It's like I get to be part of your... Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your journey. Because this is, you know, who am I? Who am I and what do I want? Ooh, trust. Number 47, which is also the number 11. Interesting, too. Do you notice that rebirth and trust both have paths? Do you see that? This one is like fall leaves, and this one's more of like a rugged path. So let's see if they want me to pull any more right now. I didn't think so because I'm like, man, it'd be cool if they have a stopper. Oh, perfect. Okay, cool. So I'm going to just make sure with Spirit, as far as I'm telling. So this is the first round of like quote unquote, who am I? Okay. Wow. Okay. Now, I love this book. This book has some really beautiful, beautiful things in it, but they were like, no. So I'm just going to kind of look at this, and you look at it as well, you know. It's different for everybody, but you're going to have, you know, different moments and things that will click with you. So the frog, cleaning house, releasing emotional baggage. Truth. Well, first of all, frog is your spirit animal. If you don't already work with the frog spirit, I'll bring Sprocket in. Get yourself some type of frog energy around you. Also, frogs like anything sparkly, like pyrite or jade. Jade's really good too. My other frog likes jade. You know, it just brings prosperity. And lately the frogs and the toads I'm bad, I don't know, I can't tell, but they've been croaking like crazy, and that means good fortune. So anytime you hear that, they're letting you know like you're on the right path, and maybe you've, you know, even heard it recently, because I feel like they want to kind of show you guys. We're showing some energies here. Okay. And I feel like we want to go down a little bit. I want to give you guys, there we go. I'm going to give you that kind of lighting as well. I'm just going to back up just a bit. I apologize for that bit on the truth, but isn't that funny how the light is on the truth? Then the Baird, music, poetry, myrrh, history, the enchantment of storytelling. The High Priestess, discernment, prescience, prophecy, vision, birth, rebirth, and trust. I think it's interesting that you guys have trust and truth. So because they went in this direction, what I love about this is I feel like you guys are good. I'm actually kind of excited to move on to like, what do I want? Because pile number one, I feel like you guys got your shit together. It feels good. It feels like you guys, if not, it feels like you're right at the precipice, because see, the birth rebirth is at the end here, you know? But I think, I feel like if trust was an issue, it'd be back here. You know what I mean? But I feel like the frog is saying, like, this is you guys, like, and for spring, I didn't get a big tug from them like this was an official, this is your whole thing about spring. But with you guys, I feel like this is whenever you watch this, it's timeless, of course. But if you're watching it in real time, I feel like, yes, like this is the frog energy. This is your spirit animal coming to you saying, it's time to clean house. Let's let go of that old emotional baggage. We don't need it anymore. It's not serving any purpose, right? The frog's like, let's get at it. Let's hop out of here. And by the way, did you notice how it started sparkling in the background too? It's like the spirits are talking to you. And I almost feel like this one wanted to come over here to, like to give more. See the sparkles when I move the fire? This is, let the Aries energy put that flame under your ass that you've been wanting, for things that you've been wanting to do for a long time. Also, this is, I almost said the heart quartz, but it kind of is. That's the rose quartz. So if you don't have any rose quartz, get yourself some rose quartz, okay? But the frog is telling you it's time to clean house. Let go of that emotional baggage, okay? If you haven't already, that may just be for one of you, that may be for more of you. Also, I feel like this is what's going to happen. This feels like, to me, this feels like if this hasn't happened already, it's going to happen for you this spring. That once you release this emotional baggage, the truth's going to come out. They say the truth shall set you free. And you're going to go over that bridge, right? Because 5 is about change and transformation. And you add one more, like they're progressing, right? They're at the beginning of something. And it could, 51 might mean something to you. It could be you are going to be 51. Maybe you are 51. If you're 15, if it's backwards, you shouldn't be watching my channel. This is for adults. Meaning, like, I have to say that. But I mean, if you let your 15-year-old, you know what I mean? Like, that's between you and your teenager. But you know what I mean? I feel like this is the sacred journey markers. I forgot to tell you that at the top, they all have, like, the frog is the animal guides of Avalon. This is one of the sacred journey markers of Avalon. The Baird is the messenger of Avalon. So is the high priestess. And then the rebirth and trust are part of the sacred journey markers, like the truth. But I feel like you guys are going to hoppity hop over that bridge. You're going to take that frog energy. Because 4, what, and look at how 1 is before 4. It's almost like you weren't ready, right? Like you weren't balanced. You weren't ready yet. You were 1, you were beginning, you were trying, but you weren't ready. You weren't balanced. But then once you got your footing, that 4 becomes a 5. You change and transform because you let go of the baggage, the negative energy. You're like, you know what? I choose to be happy. I don't have to be miserable. I want to be happy. I don't want to be in an energy that makes me feel bad anymore. I don't like it. So you go over the truth bridge. That's a hard bridge to cross, but you're going to do it if you haven't done it already. And then get to the bird. The bard. The bard. The baird. The baird. I don't know if that's I don't know if my accent is good or not. But that's the number 7. And, 7s are very interesting because you can look at 7s in a lot of different ways. But interesting how the trust fell down. And since the trust fell down when we're talking about this, I'm going to bring it in right now. And look at that. We've got a 4 and a 7. What did I just say? 4s are about balance. But 7s, like the 7 of Wands, for instance, in the tarot, can be about struggle, right? And look at him. Look at all the stuff he's got in here. He's got all these stories and things that have happened to him. But he's like, I've looked at this card so many different ways, but today I feel like I'm looking at it more like you can be this kind of person that's like, got tales to tell. You're living on the streets, you're kind of homeless, you don't want to deal with the man. Or you can turn this into the enchantment of storytelling. Because if you chose this pile, most likely you are meant to do a podcast, write a book, music. I mean, obviously, look at music, poetry, poetry, right on the nose, right? And maybe you're meant to write about history. Maybe you're meant to download something from spirit. Like we all have our gifts. I just realized I'm like, there's like glitter all over my hands. I love it. But maybe your gift is retelling history in the way that you know it, the way that spirit has downloaded it to you. What is the difference of people, well, I'm sure when the Bible first came out, not everybody believed in it. It took them a long time to sell that nonsense, but they did. There's some great stories in there, right? It's like any other book. There's some great stories, some great fables, wonderful, but then there's awful, horrible things, just like any other book that I'm like, I don't want to live in that world. I'm like, poor women, poor people being sacrificed. I'm like, I remember being in church and saying, I remember being a small child and not understanding. I don't remember what part of the book it was in the Bible, but where they sacrificed a baby or something. And I just remember being like horrified and was like, I don't want any part of any God of any place that would sacrifice a baby. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, oh my God. And, and they're like, oh, it's sacrifice. I'm like, what? Like, I just couldn't I couldn't wrap my mind around that. So, maybe you're someone who's meant to write something completely different, something completely channeled too, right? So also, it's interesting because some of the runes wanted to come in here and some did not, but this one did. And I forget the name of it. I'm not an expert. I just have them I'm just a communicator. So look up this rune. It might be GIBBOUS, Gebo. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. I need to get like one of those lists and like keep it near me or like have a book. I used to have one. I don't know where it is. Anyway, but look up this. But to me, it also reminds me of Jesus. So, work with the Jesus energy. Jesus is love. And everything I've ever worked with Jesus, he feels like to me, if like the archangel of love, if not the archangel of love. Like when we think of Michael as the archangel of, protection and, warriors and all that kind of thing. But it's different for everybody. So I don't like to, this is just what I believe or what I think. Then the next one is the high priestess. And we've got number 2, which is about duality. And this is a beautiful card too. Discernment, prescience, prophecy, vision. I mean, look at them. Look at this beautiful creature. I mean, she is not even messing around. She's got so much going on there. And that's you. And even if you're male identified, it's like this is just about embracing the divine feminine energy. Just like the beard, you look like a man, quote unquote. It's like, it's not, it's about who you are. So the high priestess. And discernment means being really careful about who you're allowing into your circles. Be careful. Ooh, when I looked down, it was 2838. So if that means anything to anybody, be really, really careful of who you're allowing into your energy field. I'm getting that super strong from spirit. They're even saying, like, for some of you, like, it doesn't matter how many crystals you wear, how many, if you're still saying, yes to whoever, yes, mom, yes, boss, yes, partner, yes, kids, but you're miserable and you're not speaking your truth, you need to say, listen, I'm a high priestess over here. I've got, because obviously if you chose this card, prophecy and vision, you guys are seers. And you can have like, it could be the clairs, claircognizant, clairvoyant, whatever. It could be all of them. You could be a telepath, research that if you're not sure. Then the next thing is birth and rebirth. I love that. Which is another 5, change and transformation, which leads us to trust, number 47. And 47 might mean something for some of you guys. But look at this. Both pathways. And I'm hearing from Spirit, they're saying right now that it's going to feel really good, right? Because at the beginning of everything, it's like, oh, yay, I'm excited, because whatever you've been going through, it's like, I don't want to do that anymore, right? So it's like, yay, something new. That's wonderful. I love it. Yay, yay, right? But then like maybe a month into spring, things aren't changing as quickly, or maybe, I'm hearing patience is going to be one for you guys to really, really hone in on, because it's going to get rocky in some parts, and you're going to have to trust them. If 47 is also the number 11, which is an angel number, you're going to have to trust them. And this feels like a spotlight. It almost felt like a mushroom at first. So maybe for some of you, like you need to, do shrooms or microdose shrooms, or, something that's going to help you to kind of get through this process. Because especially with Aries really does have that like fire under your ass. That's what I loved about all of my Aries in my life. They always gave me that like, you can do it. I'm like, yeah, which is really awesome. But sometimes Aries, will go off half cocked and they don't really have a plan. They just are like, everything's going to work out. But sometimes, if you don't put the fire in the right place, it could be, very tragic. So illuminate your path by going slow. Take it one step at a time. I mean, look at the frog in the background. The frog is like, I got you. Seriously, look up frog spirit animal. That is spirit medicine. That is your homework. If you've never done that before, you just, and anything, when I call it numbers, things like that, you go to, whatever search engine you like, and you put in like frog spirit animal, like I said, and whichever one you're drawn to. I usually ask Spirit to give me like the top one, and if there's more, I'll be drawn to more, but I'm always like, hey, give me that top one. But that's me. That's what I like, because I like to get in it. And, I am a triple Sag, another fire, and my moon's in Scorpio, so I like the flow of water. So I'm just like, let's get it going. Like, I'm ready. But sometimes the answers don't come real quick, right? So use this energy in the Aries to kick off your spring. But I feel like you guys are going to be okay. Like I said, I feel like, some of you guys, you really got your shit together. You know it, or you see this as your path, and you already know this as your path. And so you're like, all right, I know, that's it, man. I know it. This is my sign. This spring, I'm going to kick this shit into gear. I do know who I am. I am a, powerful musician, poet. I am a writer. I am a storyteller. This is my chance to put my voice out there, in whatever capacity feels good to you. And also, Spirit keeps illuminating the truth, but only do it with truth. And the fact that you have trust at the end is awesome, because to me that feels like whatever you guys are going through, at the end you're going to be okay. Spirit has your back. You know that. And I love that you're pile number one, new beginnings, right? So you guys are amazing. That's awesome. Okay, so now let's get to your cards for the what do I want? Okay, so pile number one, what do I want? The Serpent. Knowledge, healing, number 23. Oh, I love this. See, it's almost like the cart before the horse with you guys, because I feel like this too. Like, you guys want the change and transformation. Like, you know that, let me get this in a good spot. I feel like, oh, look at that. I feel like the change and transformation, I mean, think about it. That's what a snake is, right? Like, they shed their skin. Oh, that's so beautiful. We're going to get to it. I'm like, so many things are coming through right now. Okay, and communication. I'm going to put that back down. Here we go. Communication. This one's an interesting one, because it has like, do you see this like kind of like spiral? I know I don't have fancy equipment. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can get in there. Do you see that? It almost reminds me of like a crop circle or something. Do you see that? It's almost like off in the woods and the mountains. Like, this is what you guys want. Oh, number 41. Oh gosh, you guys, another 5. That's what I feel like you need. Communication. That's interesting. I wasn't even looking at communication. I was because, you can have a deck and look at cards a gazillion times, but then look at them like you're looking at them for the first time. And that's what I feel like that card. I'm like, wow, it's just really powerful. And, again, we have the animal guides of Avalon with the serpent, and then we have the sacred journey markers with communication. And then the next one is, forgiveness, number 49, which is also the number 13, which is also number 4, and could go down to 2. Look at the mushrooms, forgiveness. This is sacred journey markers as well. Okay, you guys, wow. This is really beautiful. Wow. And I feel like such a heaviness. I almost feel like some of you guys were like crying. I love you so much. Be yourself. Oh, the guides of Avalon, the goblin, the wounded human ego. Number 31, he's like, ugh. Number 4. Look at that. Nah. I don't want to. I feel like that's a what don't I want in energy. Okay, okay, we've got 2 more. Ooh, the mystery. Number 52. You know what's interesting is that even though this is an arrow pointing that way, when I looked at this, it was almost as if this wasn't here at all. And all I saw was this, and it looked like a cement barrier that was blocking your path. So that's really interesting. Wow. Okay. Thank you for hanging in there, pal number 1. This is a beautiful reading. I love cool readings like this that have such depth to them. We haven't done one like this in a minute. Okay. And our last card, oh my gosh, that's right. That's right. I remember this was one of the first ones that fell out. And I was like, man, another 4, you guys. Interesting. Interesting that the goblin is 31, which is 4, and the queen is 4. So here we go. So the queen, woman, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, and friendships. And again, if you're male identified, this just means that like your divine feminine is really scratching to the surface, and that's what's trying to change. Okay, so let's pull back a little bit here so we can see all of these cards together. And I laid your first cards out in front in case we wanted to look at any references. And, you know, interestingly, we have 6 there and we have 7 here, right? No, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we do have 6 and 6. Oh, I love when they do that. I wasn't even trying to. So interestingly enough, I swear to you, I did not do this. But look at that. Like, look at how you have the serpent above the frog. Let me make sure that's in focus. We have communication above the truth. Now my throat chakra is going crazy. Forgiveness above the bear. Maybe because you guys need forgiveness because you need to write something that's going to be rough. I had to stop talking to some of my family and friends because I wasn't doing my truth, because when I remember the first songs I ever recorded and wrote, and I was so proud of them, and I played them for my family, and they were so mad at me for talking about my life, my personal life. And they're like, people are going to know that. They're going to know our business. And I just was so afraid. Do not be afraid, you guys. Do not let somebody else, and maybe that's what it is. You don't need forgiveness from them. You're just, however you want to, you say, I forgive you for judging me for talking about this, however you want to say it. Also, it's interesting that my camera keeps going over to that by the Queen card behind that. It's a Native American piece. It's a vintage piece. So that might be something interesting. Maybe you're talking about something really passionate or private that maybe your family doesn't want to talk about, or a part of your family. I remember when I was growing up in the 70s and, my mom was like, we do have Cherokee in our blood, but we don't talk about it. And I was like, why? Like, I didn't understand, because that meant that you were tainted. It was so fucked up. So don't let anybody squash who you are. Then look at that. Then we have the goblin and the high priestess. So it's interesting because the bottom row is who you are, and above is, what do I want? Well, you don't want the goblin, do you? Right? Like, you want to be the high priestess, but the goblin's saying you got to let go of your ego and think you know everything and controlling everything. Because look we have the mystery and rebirth together, and then we have the queen and trust together. So that's really interesting. I want to go to the mystery. I want to zone in on the mystery and the rebirth. And we have another 7. Mystery is number 7. Interesting that we've been having, it's like we've been in a lot of the 4s, 5s, 6, and 7 in the middle of not a lot of 1s or 9s, or you know what I'm saying? So it's almost like you guys are somewhere in the middle. And I can't even believe this because I'm like, what do you mean? I just heard them say, and that's it. I'm like, what do you mean that's it? They're saying wrap it up, because you guys know what they're saying. So what do I want? Knowledge and healing. communication, forgiveness, the wounded human ego. It's time to let go of that because you want the mystery. And right now you're being blocked. Like I said, I'm going to take that as I feel like your birth rebirth process, if it's being blocked, it's because of whatever, pinged for you during this. It's different for all of you. It's a mass reading, right? I mean, obviously, if I was doing a personal one-on reading, I would, it would get really down to the nitty-gritty. But, and I love that the end is about the Queen and trust. I mean, come on. Let me get in here. Here, I know. Like if this is your outcome, that's pretty damn good. I mean, look at her sitting there. She's got someone playing music for her. She's got someone waiting on her hand and foot. So Spirit's saying, if you want to get here, you got to trust them. And the healing path is not going to be easy for you, right? The serpent, the knowledge, the healing, you have to give some things up. Sometimes we have to release and give things up in order to move forward, especially for you guys, because I feel like this is your sacred destiny. Like literally, I'm not saying this to be like a movie or whatever, especially if you're new here and you're like, shut the fuck up. No, I'm serious. Like whatever this is, like, you know who you are. Like this is your sacred destiny. And it's usually the thing that people have been making fun of you all of your life, or like something that you've been really insecure about. That is who you are. I know that may sound crazy, right? But it is. And that little goblin inside of you, you need that goblin, because you need that goblin to be like, nah, you know what? I don't care what you think of me, because I am a badass. I am a queen. I am a high priestess. I mean, you got the queen and the high priestess. And for those of you who know tarot, you can read into this as much as you want too. You know what I mean? I don't like to divert that way. The next deck is a tarot deck. So if you're called to pile number 2, you might want to go over there. But again, I'm not a tarot expert anyway. But do you see, like, there's a lot that has to happen? Because what do I want? You want forgiveness. Well, you cannot, what's that old saying? You can't drink the poison and expect the other person to die. Well, not everybody is going to want to, be on your brand. They may not like you. They may never forgive you. Like, there could be people, hold on, I'm turning the heat off down here. There may be people in your life that will never forgive you. And you need to be okay with that. You need to be able to just let it go. They may not understand what you're doing or why you're doing what you're doing, but it doesn't matter, because, you've got this to do. And you've got this to do, right? And communication with truth, I mean, come on. So this is who you are, and don't forget it. Okay? All right, you guys, those are your messages. And if you didn't watch the beginning part of this reading, the messages from Spirit and our little discussion about spring and Aries and all that stuff, I am doing a beautiful reading. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go, but Spirit is calling me to do a spring forecast reading for our secret tribe. I've spoke about it before. And if you'd like to be a part of our secret tribe, you just email me at themagickalmedium@gmail.com and just say, hey, I'd like to be a part of your tribe. And it's a $5 minimum donation per class reading. Sometimes it's a lot of things. Sometimes, it's like 3 hours and it's broken up to a bunch of different videos. We really get in depth. It's amazing. But it's a private link. Or you can donate an oracle deck to the tribe. Either way. Okay. So those are your messages. All of my information is in the description box below, and I'll see you next time. Blessed be. Oh, bye. Welcome, pile number 2. You chose this pile. You chose the Joie de Vivre Tarot. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, so I'll show you what it looks like. I just realized I didn't show the other pile number 1. Anyway, yay! I love this deck. It's so playful. By the way, look at the lighting right now with the fairies in the background. I love it. By Paulina Cassidy. It's such a fun, playful deck. I was so grateful when Spirit drew me to it, because I would have never ever bought it myself. So the first reading was so interesting. I had no idea how it was going to go. Your reading, I don't know if it's going to go the same way, because you don't have as many cards as they did. So I don't know what's going to happen. So basically what these are messages from Spirit. We are asking them, who am I and what do I want? So in the last reading, we did the first question first, and then we went to the second question. So I'm going to see if Spirit wants to do that again. So Spirit, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Pile number 2. Who am I? 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 Okay. First card is the Knight of Swords. So in this deck, they have these beautiful characters, and I fell in love with this deck so much, and I was trying to teach myself tarot, because I'm not a huge tarot person. I'm a medium, and I like to use visual aids, but I've been more of a oracle card person. When I was younger, I was drawn to tarot cards, but just because at that time that was all there was. And I had like a my throat. Woo, speak your truth, speak your truth. Basically, long story short, I feel like tarot is subject to interpretation. Now, that doesn't mean I don't understand what they are. I do. But I feel like, okay, so he's the Knight of Swords. Swords is about air and communication, right? But it's dash and pep. But I want to see what the visuals have to do with the story. Okay, so let's start there. So who am I? I'm already getting a visual of who you guys are. The rescuers, huh? The Knight of Coins. Ooh, another knight. So we have caution and dedication. Interesting. Who am I? Pile number 2. Who am I? Who am I? My demeanor has changed drastically from the other deck to this deck. It's so interesting. Oh, the Magician. Oh, I love you guys. I pulled cards for you guys, but like I didn't really look at them. So I'm excited. And now I'm just like putting in order the way they want me to. So it's like we're telling a story. So we've got Hocus and Presto. Okay. Because Hocus is the little bunny and Presto is the magician. Oh, we got the Page of Coins in reverse. Marvel. The Page of Coin in reverse. Okay. I love the magic in the background with the glitter. Okay, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, you guys, come on. This is really wild. And the Knight of Wands. Wow. Okay. I love how the light is really hitting on the Knight of Coins. Okay, so we're going to do like we did before. Okay, so this is who you are. I think it's really wild that you have 3 Knight cards. And Knight to me is like, you're not quite there yet, right? Like, you're not like the Queen or the King, right? But what's interesting to me is, Spirit had me put these in order. Because we have Knight of Swords. So swords are about air. So it could be air sign and it could be you, right? Then we have the Knight of Coins, which is like Pentacles, which is an earth sign. And then we have the Knight of Wands, which is fire, which is fire signs. I'm really taking a minute to take this in. And the Page of Coins is in reverse. Where it's like, I kind of feel like everything's falling out of your pocket. You know what I mean? Like everything, they're like, oh, like everything's falling. But upright, it's Marvel. And look at them. They're like the magician. Like full of sun and energy. Like, seriously, look at how cute this deck is. And obviously coins are pentacles, which is an earth sign. So we could be dealing with that as well. And the Magician is in the Major Arcana. And I feel like that's you right in the middle. Wow, I'm getting a lot of different things from this reading right now. The interesting thing too is, do you notice how like the horse's feet are on the ground, but none of them, their feet isn't like, even them, he's like barely touching the ground, but he's like, his foot is in the air. He's in reverse, but even there, he's like kind of, leaning forward, not exactly, on the ground. I mean, so now we know the Page of Coins is in reverse, but seriously, like, look at that. It's almost like you're floating above. And I think it's interesting too that we have like coins on either side, which are pentacles, and pentacles are about earth and being grounded. And I feel like this is you. It's like you're the magician in the middle of it all. Like no matter where you are, your friends, your job, your family, I feel like you're always kind of like the middle of the chaos. But you're always wanting to run away. And I love this too because like it's very androgynous. It's got like a bow. There's a lot going on in this card. I haven't been this quiet in a reading in a long time. Because I really do think that, I feel like this means there's so many different meanings going on in this card. And it's not a personal one-on-one reading, right? Like this is like a mass reading for many people. So I'm just telling you what's coming through. But the irony is like, this is about you, like, who am I? But it feels like, this feels like you, but these don't feel like you. These feel like different versions of you, maybe, or maybe it's like, the people that are around you. Because even here, like the magician's like in chaos, right? Like he's always like in chaos. He's got a sword in one hand, a cocktail in the other. He's got many hands, right? So look at that. He's holding the pentacle. Oh, okay. Okay, you guys, I love this. Like I said, I can look at my own decks a million times and not see something. And also the figure 8 might mean something to you guys. But look at this. He's got them all. He's got wands. Do you see that? Pentacles, swords, and cups. I mean, you don't get better than the Magician. It's the #1 card, right? And also, this symbol might mean something to you guys. I heard Ankh, even though I know that's not like a true. And this could be you constantly like trying to get everything, like everything is up in the air. And maybe, I kind of get the vibe that you guys get along with everybody. Like you're just that person that's really likable. And if you don't get along with people, it's usually not you. I used to say this to people, I'm like, if people don't like me, it has nothing to do with me. I mean, it has nothing to do with you anyway, but you know what I mean? Like, because I'm like, I'm such a fun, lighthearted person, But I do think it's interesting too, because if I break this down, because it almost feels like I'm breaking down your psyche, okay? So it's like, I feel like we've got a runner, we've got a dreamer, right? We've got this one waiting patiently, but also, a little perturbed. Look at their face. Doesn't their face look a little like, just look at the way that their eyebrows are inverted. The horse looks super sweet and kind of patient, but the Knight of Coins does not look patient. And look it says caution and dedication. So obviously, your magic is being tested. But then over here, we've got, Mr. Knight of Swords, Pep and Dash. Here I come to save the day. Like, I feel like you're always trying to save everybody or help everybody or be a people pleaser. And like you're so patient. You wait for everybody else, but like maybe they're not waiting for you. And so you're over here daydreaming and like running away. It's interesting. It was very different than the first pile, but like, who am I? I feel like you know who you are. You're the magician. Like, you're the bloody magician, man. Like, nobody fucks with you. Like, you, but you're allowing it. So we've got, so this is our next one is, what do I want? Okay. The 7 of Wands. What did I say? Wands are about heart. Oh, that was in pile 1. Sorry. But 7 of Wands, you know, a lot of times it can be overcoming hardships. You know, like you're in the chaos of it all. And I feel like this is you, the magician. I mean, look, it's a different form of a magician, but I feel like that's you, full of magic. And their name is Beam. You're full of pep and dash and, right? It's like, I mean, it's like all these words, blaze, marvel. Oops. Sorry, guys. Ooh, when I looked down, it was 50, 55, 54, but they said, no, look up angel number 55, 55. That's your angel number. Oh, no. Oh, I love this deck. That's okay. When it burns, it burns. There's always a reason for it. Okay. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, see, because too much fire and you get burned. And look at how it burned right at the corner where it's going up there. And look at their little heart. Their heart's so far away from them. It's up on a wand. They've got their face is like, yay, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. But these people are not happy that you're happy. Interesting. Okay, so that was under there. But you got to remember that was in reverse. So what you want is, since it's in reverse, is you want them to be happy for you. You want them to be happy for you. But we can't always guarantee. You know what? I'm going to do it the other way. Hold on. Okay, so I'm just going to pull these out. And I kind of put these down here. If I lift that up a little bit, hold on. Okay. And we have the wheel, which is time and space are the birds. And then orbit is the wheel. And I love it because it's the moon cycles. And you know, this is my channel. It's moon cycles. So this is what you want. Okay. I'm going to keep going. What's our next one, Spirit? What's our next one? Oh, lovely. The 10 of Cups. Happy, harmonious family. Merry and mirth. You must be my playful pile because this is a no bullshit deck, but it's also absolutely playful. Oh, and then we've got Temperance in reverse, so Sagittarius. So you may be a Sagittarius or have Sagittarius in your chart. Temperance was in reverse, though. She's Lady Temperance is her name. It's also the number 14, which is 5, and which is change and transformation. Look at her making her cool little spells. Okay, what's our next one? Oh, the 2 of Coins. Flux. Okay, let me move these down a little bit. Okay, and our last one is it this way, Spirit? Okay. The 4 of Swords. I love this card. Oh my gosh, I have to get closer. It's so, look at that life spiral in the middle. Oh my goddess, that's so cute. So we have Chrysalis, which is, oh, I knew that was coming for somebody. One of my butterflies wanted to come in. Chrysalis. Okay, so 4 of Swords. Let me get it. Here she is. She wanted to come in. Okay. So what do I want? So we have the 7 of Wands in reverse, Beam. We've got the World, Time and Space and Orbit. So I did this with the other pile, and I want to do this with you guys too. So let me get this. Let me move this over here. Okay. So we have the 7 of Swords. Is under the Knight of Swords. We've got the the Wheel, which is like the World card. The Wheel and the Knight of Coins. Then we have Two of Cups with the Magician. We've got Temperance with the Page of Coins. And the Two of Coins, we have the Knight of Wands. And this is kind of like, I feel like these are all meant to go together like this, but I feel like this is kind of like your culmination card. So we'll leave her over here for now. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to put her over here, because I feel like she's the granddaddy culmination. Okay. Oh, the Seven of Wands is so interesting. Now now that we know that the Seven of Wands is in reverse, I'm going to put it upright, because this is how I see you. That you see yourself, what you want is this calm. Look at how beautiful and calm she is. The life spiral. You just want to go with the flow. Look at, she's holding a heart. You're like, listen, man, and you know, it's the Four of Swords. So fours are all about balance, and swords are air and communication. It's like cutting through the bullshit, you know. I feel like you want to break free from, you know, this kind of control that you had from people. Because I do feel like you've got people who are trying to control you, or you're trying to control other people, or both, you know. I'm feeling like this definitely like controlled energy. But what you really want is this, you know, to break free of it. Because it's interesting, you know, this is the first card in your whole set that was more than one. Like there's entities here, you know what I mean? But like, see how like the rabbits are like supposed to be a representation of like people. You see what I'm saying? Where it's like in all these other ones, it's like, oh yeah, there's like animals and like whatever. But this is supposed to be like a representation of like, you know, two people coming together, like a merriment. And the Ten of Cups is like the best thing you could possibly get, right? Because it's like about home and family, merry and mirth. And so I'm feeling like this is what you want. And this is who you are, right? The Magician. And you can make this happen. You can easily make this family happen. I mean, look at her over here. But you have to allow yourself to break free from this chasing energy. I mean, when you take out the Magician and you put these guys here, look at how much chasing energy there is. Even if he's waiting, right? He's going somewhere. He's not chilling at home. He's on a mission. It's almost like, and I feel like this is like you guys, like you're on a mission and then you took a break and then you're like starting to go off on your mission again. And then you like ran off like bats out of hell, which is awesome. So, you know, because this is all about who am I and what do I want? Now let's see if I put them, I want to see if Spirit has me put them all together in a row now. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's see what they... how would you like to, what is our outcome? So the Page of Coins is still in reverse. And coins, you know, that's Pentacles, which is not necessarily about money. It's about attachment. It's about earth. It's about being grounded. So I'm getting from Spirit, like the fact that this went into reverse again is telling me like you need to get grounded. You really need to get grounded, you guys. And, you know, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere and you're coming off a winter, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Don't be so hard on yourself, Spirit saying. Like, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. This is the kind of culmination I was talking about. This is how I read tarot. Like, I just read it like any other oracle deck, even though I know certain things, right? Oh, interesting. Okay, so the Ten of Cups was in reverse. So, you know, I'm feeling like your home life isn't settled, but Spirit's saying give it time. Give it time. It will get there. It will get there. And for some of you, you're going to have to break up the home you're in now. You're going to have to break up your family that you're in now. And they know it hurts. There is not one soul here that doesn't understand how painful that is, right? Your spirit guides, they've been with you the whole time. All of these people who are looking out for you right now, they know. And so they're saying it's going to come back. So, you know, the Temperance is the Sagittarius of the deck, and Lady Temperance is all about getting her fucking groove on. Look at her. But she takes her time. She doesn't have to move quickly. Look at, she's even got her feet crossed. She's got firmly planted. She is firmly planted on the earth. And even though Sagittarius is a fire sign, I love this card because it really feels like me, because I'm a triple Sag, fire and Scorpio moon. So it's like, but that's how I feel like if you guys are in this pile, you may identify with that as well, because this feels like fire and water. But if not, it's just about balancing the elements and using the elements to your advantage in every situation, I'm hearing too. And also, and to stop wearing the masks, right? The happy, sad. They want you to be this all the time, not like putting on masks to make other people feel happy. Look at this death, life, rebirth we got down there with the skeleton and the growth of spring. Spring's going to be really good for you guys as long as you keep, keep on track. Keep doing what you came here to do. I'm going to change the lighting. Hold on. I'm losing light outside, so we'll just keep it like that. You've already seen them. Okay. And then the Knight of Swords. So I feel like this is your new story. Does that make any sense? Okay. Ooh, and the Two of Coins in reverse. The Two of Coins in reverse. Sorry, guys. I don't have the fancy software. It's in reverse, but I'll remember. Hold on. Okay. Okay, then the World. I keep saying the World, the Wheel. Because I feel like even if it's reversed or not reversed, it's, Okay. Okay, so then we've got the Knight of Coins, Seven of Wands, the Magician, and the Knight of Wands. Okay. Okay. So here we go. I hope you guys can see this. Okay. I love this so much. So what I get from it here is, here you are chasing after your dream. You find the happy home. You're doing what you love. You're going to help other people who are in peril, right? He's like, yikes. That's why I was kind of, upside down. He's like, I need your help. And you're like, I got you. And you'll be able to, because now you're going on the moon cycles. You're going with the earth cycles. You're following the natural circle of life. So you know that when you're done helping people, you go home, you relax, you reset. Then here you are. And the Knight of Coins, off to help again, right? But you're patient and you wait until you're ready, and you work on your own things. You take dedication and caution when you're helping yourself and others. Then you won't even notice the naysayers, because you're going to be so happy doing what you love that it won't even matter. And it's like the magician inside of you comes so natural. And look at how the magician is like right next to how we have the wheel back there. Both of them, they got it. Look at it, right? Just like he's got like the four elements, right? She's got the moon cycles, and there you are, off to help again with your fire held high, your light showing the way, blazing the trail for all of those who walked before you, so that when you tell your story, that saying, when you tell your story, you'll be the survival guide for someone else. That was so cool. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of your story, you guys. All of my information is in the description box below, and I'll see you at the next reading. Blessed be. Oh, bye. Welcome, pile number 3. Blessed Moon Day. In real time, it's Moon Day. And actually, I want to go down a little bit so we can look at the stars. Let's look at the stars, shall we? Okay, so if you chose pile number 3, you chose the Answer is Simple Oracle. And it's funny because, the answers aren't always so simple. And this deck, I love it because it really deals with the ego. So in the two decks before this, the 2 piles before this, Spirit had us ask 2 questions. Who am I and what do I want? And they were similar, the first two piles, but there were some differences. So I have no idea how yours is going to go because they weren't exactly the same. So bear with me. I'm going to turn the light a little bit more this way. Okay. Ooh, and my throat chakra has been really tight this time around. So work with your throat chakra. I feel like that's what they want us to do. So obviously, you know, welcome spring or welcome fall, depending on which hemisphere you're in. We do have both hemispheres that watch readings here that have, at least have reached out to me and told me that they're from there. Welcome Aries season and the very beginning of the new cycle of the zodiac. Aries is the first house, and it's all about new beginnings and initiation, right? But we're in the waning today on this moon day in real time. It's March 21st, 2022. Whenever you watch this, it's timeless. But on this moon day today, we are in the waning gibbous energy of reflect and release. So, excuse me. So when we're asking, who am I and what do I want? We're also reflecting on who we've been and who we want to be, right? And what we need to release in order to get the things that we want. Ooh, when I looked down, it was 11101. So 1111 is your angel number. Wow, powerful tribe. Okay, powerful pile. Okay, so who am I? Who am I, Spirit? They're having me put cards out first, and then I'll explain it as we go. So, ooh, hold on. Are you sure? Okay. Change the lighting, they said. Okay, hold on. Okay, by the way, they just had me change the lighting. Look at this right here. It's like they're talking to you. Okay, so number 52, seek an expert. Okay. So we're telling the story of you. So seek an expert. Let's bring this over a little bit more. Okay. Who am I? Who am I? Pile number 3. Who are you? Who are you? Who am I? Number 31, keep dancing. Okay. Interesting. Okay. By the way, I was going to move that light and they said no. And look at how it says seek. I feel like they're saying seeker. Ooh. Fill the well. Number 25. Which is another 7 because the first one was 52 and now we have 25. So interesting, 7, and we have 31 as 4. Okay, so who is pile number 3? Who is pile number 3? Number 41, look forward. Okay, that's interesting. Another 5. Oh no, 5 was in the last pile. Sorry, I'm going to get you confused there. Okay, and who am I? Any more cards for who am I? Any more cards for who am I? Take no offense. Number 53. Interesting. Okay. So let's get over here. Interesting. Okay, so who am I? Seek an expert, keep dancing, fill the well, look forward, and take no offense. There are so many messages coming through right now. So first of all, very interesting that they are hiding the expert, seek an expert, because I feel like you are a seeker, like a truth seeker, right? And all the while you keep I feel a lot of fairy energy, like playful. You like to dance. You like to be upbeat, right? I was feeling this in the other pile too, right? So if you're drawn to pile number 2, you may want to go look at that pile. But it's important that you fill the well, right? Because if you don't, you can't move forward. The take no offense, I love this card because the first time I saw this card, I'm like, I don't understand, because I was just looking at the people and I was like, take no offense. I'm like, well, what is happening? Why? She's going by in a carriage. And then I realized, because she's about to splatter him. And he's got his little hanky. He's like, well, I ain't going to do it. So I kind of get the feeling that you guys don't mean to, but I have a feeling you guys are not very grounded. Like the fairy energy, right? I also feel like for some of you in the seek the expert, you go too much for other people's advice instead of listening to your own. Instead of listening to your own intuition, right? He's up there smoking and he's just figuring out his own answers. He's not, he's kind of like seeing it from above, from a different perspective. But also, I feel like for some of you guys, you are an expert. Like maybe you're a Reiki or you're an energy healer, maybe a dance teacher. They keep dancing, I love, because I feel like that's really important to you guys. Like you like to wiggle. I'm getting the thing from spirit, like you like to wiggle. But also, you're not filling the well. Like I almost feel like, even though the whole point of this is showing that you're balanced, right? Like in order to, you have to fill both buckets, right? Because if she's trying to carry a full bucket here and that one doesn't have, anything in it, it'll drag down and it'll be really hard, right? So they're talking about doing this with balance. And I feel like you guys don't fill the well enough. Also, I find it interesting that you have, today is the waning gibbous moon, and you've got 2 moons, right? We've got a full moon over here, and we've got a waning moon over there. Actually, that's a waxing moon. That's a waxing crescent. So you may want to look up the waxing crescent spirit medicine, or like the meaning. Let me see. Where's my book? Hold on. So the waxing, I forgot. I'm like, oh, it's on my book right here. So the waxing crescent is about setting intentions. It's actually the first moon cycle. It's the second moon cycle of the new moon, meaning like, a lot of people are like, oh, new moons, let's set our intentions. It's like, yeah, that's great. It's new beginnings. But it's really in the second phase of the moon cycle, in the waxing crescent, that we want to set our intentions, right? Because we're coming off the old moon cycle before it. So in order for us to move forward, we kind of have to release the past. And I feel like that's with you guys. In order for you to fill the well, you're going to have to let go. It's like, in order for you to stay balanced, you have to make sure that what's in those buckets is worth you going up and down that hill over and over and over. And that could be a job, that could be people, that could be your situation. And the looking forward. I love that, because I feel like you guys, like you get it. If you're on this channel and you're part of this tribe, like you understand that this is real, quote, not real. Like you understand that, like you're here in your life school, and that, that it's going to take a while to get to where you need to go. But I am hearing that this is I feel like this is really, really good. But the only thing that I get from this is be careful, be really not careful, but be mindful of the way you're treating people. You may not mean to. In fact, it's interesting because Aries, this is like one of the Aries is an energy. Just because someone is an Aries on their sign, they have other things, their moon, their sun, their, ascending. A lot of things in the zodiac like make us up, like make up our our soul makeup, so to speak. But Aries are like that. They, that energy, I say they, meaning their energy, not an actual person, but they don't mean to, right? This energy, Aries, is just like, let's go, let's, blah, blah, blah. And I'm out for me. I'm going to do what I need to do to take care of myself. And they're not necessarily trying to, be an asshole or fuck anyone over, they're just the way that they are. Maybe you are an Aries, so maybe they're saying it's time for you to, just clean it up a little bit, right? Like, you are amazing. What you give to the world is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful gift. But at the same time, you have to be mindful of what you're putting out there. Okay, so what do I want? What do I want? What do I want? Lend a hand, number 38. Oh, that's nice. That's under Seek an Expert. Okay. Okay, so under Keep Dancing, we have Say Yes. Okay. Oh, we're going to get to that. Number 35. I mean, because look, it's not a coinky dink that we've got, let me put it here so you can see it. Right? That in Keep Dancing and Say Yes, we've got couples. That's very, very interesting. So we're going to talk about that, because, not all messages are for everybody. Okay. Okay, so under fill the well, Spirit. What do we have for under fill the well? Rebel. Oh, yes, going outside the norm. And what did I say? It depends on what you're filling those buckets with, right? Okay, and look forward. What card do we have under look forward, Spirit? What card do we have under look forward? Just laugh. Oh, yeah, because you know, right? When the shit gets hard. Oh, and look at that, you guys. Look at that. Look forward is 41 and just laugh is 14. I mean, and it's interesting too, because I feel like this is very provocative. I love this. Okay, so look at this. So we've got 14 and 41, which are both number 5 in change and transformation. When I look down here, I saw that this is like the little quote unquote boy, and this is the boy grown up. And every time I've seen this card, it has always felt like a female identified. So it could even be, because I saw the rainbow pants, it could even be that, you know, maybe some of you are actually thinking about changing your gender. And Spirit is saying, yes, you know, this could be for you, like to say yes, like to marry, you know, to marry together your feminine and your masculine. And maybe it's not a physical transformation, but maybe it's an outward one, you know, that you want to start being a little different. And, you know, maybe there's something that makes you laugh, like maybe the way you used to dress or something you used to do. Okay. And then for the take no offense, what's the message under take no offense for what do I want? Oh, you are safe. Okay, number 48, which is the number 12 and the number 3. So you are safe under take no offense. So it could be too that maybe some of you guys, you know, you're just kind of being flitty or a little more flitty than you would be because you're kind of freaked out right now. And that makes sense. The planet is a really scary place right now if you look at it that way. But Spirit's saying, don't look at it that way. Try not to look at it as a scary thing, right? Because if you look at it as a positive thing, you know, it's like we have to hit rock bottom before we can come back. You know what I mean? Like we always have to kind of hit the bottom before we can come back up. But I think it's interesting that seek an expert and lend a hand are like paired up there. That's really powerful. That is so powerful to me because, I mean, you know, if you're the person that it's like, who am I and what do I want? It's like, maybe that's what you want to do. You want to help people. You want to lend a hand. And Spirit's like, you can do that. You can absolutely positively do that. So that's, if you were asking about that, yes. Reiki have been coming up a lot. I don't know if it was in your pile or the last one, but Reiki's been coming up a lot for you guys. And I can't help but state the obvious with the shrooms there, right? So it could be something there too, you know, for you. Cannabis is like my best friend. I mean, I smoke cannabis every single day. It's part of me. It's part of my connection with Spirit. You know, it helps me connect to everything. So, you know, that could be something for you. Okay. And then for the next one, keep dancing, say yes. Keep dancing through. This is a relationship. Now, this could be, obviously, if you're asking about a relationship, I'm hearing yes. But what I'm hearing is you got to keep dancing through it. You know, everybody has tough times. And it's how you deal with the tough times that's going to help you guys get to the other side. Just keep dancing through it. Keep laughing through it, right? Fill the well, rebel. Yes, fill the well with what makes you happy, what makes you feel good. You know, not about what's going to make your friends, your family, you know, whatever. Like, what do you want to do? Okay. Oops, sorry. And then the look forward, just laugh. Honestly, that's like self-explanatory. Just like keep going. I feel like they're saying just keep going. You know, just keep moving forward through this. And the take no offense, you are safe. We spoke about that. Now listen, you guys got some like little bonus cards here. So I'm going to pull them out. And I'm going to do, I'm going to see if they're going to have me do like a culmination. If this goes to another, it might have already gone to another video, but if it does, I'll put the link below. sometimes my last piles, depending on the reading I'm doing, sometimes my last piles are like super powerful and there's a lot of messages. Okay, so let's see. What are these bonus cards? Do you want me just to put them all out there? Okay, all right, so we're just going to put them all out there, and then they said it's going to make sense. Okay, I trust them. All right, be patient. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. These are like, I feel like these are like your kind of like last messages from Spirit. Like, be patient, wait your turn. It's number 21. It could be also the number 3. Maybe for some of you, you're waiting to turn 21. You're like, be patient. Okay, and the next one is number 37, clean up your mess. Okay, that message isn't for everybody. Only take what resonates. Number 50, decorate. Yes. Oh, see, look at, there's the fairies. I knew it. This is my fairy pile. Decorate. These are things to help you. If you're having a hard time still with who you are and what you want to do, they're saying be patient, clean up your mess, go through all of your stuff, get rid of old shit, like stuff that's been around forever. Go through your closets, go through your garage. Use this spring cleaning or fall cleaning if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. Use this energy right now. Like, they're getting really serious about it. Like, use this energy to really clean it up. If you haven't used it or worn it in a year, donate it or get rid of it, right? And if you have papers or whatever paperwork, most things are online now. You don't need to keep all those papers. You will be able to find a paper trail. Anything over 5 years, they don't really do much anyway, at least in the United States. I don't know how it is for everyone else. So, and decorate yourself, your home. Do a whole new spring makeover. And if you don't have a lot of money, you'd be surprised at, like, just call friends and family and be like, do you guys have anything you're getting rid of? And I just want something new and I don't really have a lot of money right now, but like, can you go through your stuff and, like, have like a little swap meet with your friends, with your clothes, with your household items. You know what I mean? Even food. If you guys eat like the same things or whatever, and you're like, nobody's eating this and I don't want it to go bad. Do you guys, but I'm just hearing, like, the fact that, over here they're saying to be patient, clean up your mess, and then decorate. I think that's a pretty, self-explanatory thing, but also it's going to help you so much to figure out, like, who you are and who you're not anymore. Okay, so we have 2 more cards. We have give yourself the best. Nice. Give yourself the best. Yes. Look at that yummy cake. And your last card. Oh, listen to the music, number 19. Yes, listen to the music, because music can make all the difference in the world, right? And connect with the stars. Look at the stars want to be there for you guys. Connect with the stars. I want to move these around so you can, like, kind of see. Connect with the planets and connect with the stars. Go outside. Look up at the sky. Take this spring to really make some beautiful changes in your life. Let's see, do you want to do, we did like a fun little culmination with the other piles, and I kind of feel like we just did it with that, but let's see if they want me to do it. Nope, that was it. That's it, you guys. Also, if you're interested in being part of our little secret tribe, it's a donation of $5 or more cashola, or it is donate a deck. And I just revamped my wish list, my Amazon wish list. It's really good. And there's like 5 or 6 decks on there that they're like in pre-order status because they haven't even gone out yet. It's a really nice, inexpensive way to get a reading with me. I know that you come here and you love the pick-a-piles and all that, but when you donate the decks, whatever one you're drawn to, there's obviously going to be some like serious medicine in there for you. So maybe if you're, just look through it. Just look through it. There's like over 80 decks and they're really cool. And if you're drawn to something, obviously you don't have to be part of the secret tribe to donate money or decks, but if you'd like to be part of the secret tribe, I do more in-depth readings for the collective, and I'm working on one right now for a spring forecast. Okay, so now we just went from winter and Pisces to Aries and spring, but also during spring we have a lot going on. We have a Mercury in retrograde, we've got a dark moon, we've got eclipse season coming up. It's going to be really intense. So if you would like to be a part of that secret tribe, there's about 9 of us right now and growing. email me at themagickalmedium@gmail.com, and we will go from there. All right, you guys, I hope these messages helped you in any way at all. Welcome, spring. Welcome, Aries. Thank you to the waning gibbous moon on Moon Day to help us in our endeavors as we move forward in our healing and awakening process. Until next time, I love you so much, and all of my information is in the description box below, and I'll see you next time. Blessed be. Aho.